Hi, hello. In the first module video, we addressed the barriers that Indonesia had for development. We spoke about most notoriously of the geographical barriers, being a nation island with a very wide territory. Also, the cultural barriers, uh, being a nation with various ethnicities, languages, and religions and institutions because and it was noticed and is widely noticed that Indonesia faces some challenges in terms of corruption and governance. So that's what we identified in the first module video. In this video, we will address the proposed interventions to enable and to boost Indonesia's development, and I would like to start with education. Following the example that we studied in this model of India and China, there's also a great focus on education. There is already ongoing a program to enhance education, namely quality education, vocational training, directing people to an employment-focused strategy in terms of education, and also improving the digital literacy and also the technological, bringing the people in the less developed islands to a greater connectivity, and also in the most developed islands, being able to give tools for them to be to get in the new technology world and the new trends of business and of course development. Indonesia has made a significant progress in this area. According to the World Bank, there was since 2002 a 200% increase in attendance of children in school, of people studying. 31% plus at the primary and secondary levels, and also a big improvement in gender parity, moving from a 65% male education to 50-50 nowadays. The challenges are for Indonesia education involve being able to bring those less developed islands to a higher level of education and of development, while keeping the quality of the teaching high. According to the president, Mr. Joko Widodo, going to school does not mean the same as learning. So Indonesia is also taking some steps in terms of improving the quality of education through policies like learning for all, like a big focus on teacher training, and therefore bridging the gaps between the less developed islands and the most developed islands. The second intervention that I would like to address is the building of infrastructures. Being a nation island with more than 8,000 islands inhabited, transportation is fundamental with new roads, bridges, harbor facilities, and airports. Also, energy. Once again, I focus on the difference between islands. There are islands very precarious in terms of infrastructure at level of water, sanitation, energy, and other more development. So the investment in infrastructures must have in consideration the state of development of each one of these islands, promoting in the end territorial cohesion and bring the less developed to a higher status of development. There was created for this in 2016 a national strategic projects unit by this president, Joko Widodo, that currently has underway 200 projects and 12 programs of development in infrastructures that totalize a budget of 351 billion US dollars. This National Strategic Projects Cabinet focus on regional development, on environment, of course, also water supply and energy, also always taking in consideration the development and the bringing together the less developed islands to the most developed islands. It was in the World Economic Forum, it was identified in this competitiveness report 2016 that Indonesia was only the 62 ranked country in 140 countries analyzed, which is manifestly a modest position given the economic capacity of Indonesia and also these differences between islands that want to be mitigated. The third area for intervention is on governance and anti-corruption and anti-bureaucratic measures. It was widely, especially anti-corruption, it is widely recognized Indonesia as a state with high levels of corruption that hindered economic development. In the Transparency International World Corruption Perception Index, Indonesia occupies 110 position in 170 countries analyzed. The United Nations Office for Drugs and Crime considers that corruption is a serious impediment to Indonesia development. And so Indonesia also take strong measures on this. It created the Corruption Eradication Commission, KPK. It created specific courts for corruption, national anti-corruption courts, and also incorporated the civil society and NGOs in the process of having a multi-sector approach in fighting corruption, increasing accountability and control also in this area. This, of course, the strengthening of the institutions comes to what Acemoglu, Johnson, and Robinson postulate in terms of the influence of the quality of the institutions in the development of the one state. Basically, Indonesia is already on the way in all these three areas. There is a great effort being made in the modernization and in developing the less developed islands and bringing them to the level of the most developed ones. It's super difficult to have a country with these kind of differences inside to promote cohesion in terms of territory, as the fact of being an 8,000 island nation also puts an extra layer of difficulty in this. But Indonesia is making its way through its development. And today, Indonesia is the fourth country in terms of population, and it's only the 16th country in terms of the dimension of the economy, according to Forbes. This is today because Goldman Sachs predicts that in 2050, Indonesia will be the fourth largest economy on the world, only surpassed by the giants United States, China, and India, which is indeed notably. The main challenge will be promoting territorial cohesion and make the nation develop as a whole, and not only in some islands overdeveloped and others remain underdeveloped. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have to make this certificate course at LSE. Thank you very much.